The rain was pouring against the window, soft but restless, and you thought it was just another late night where would come home tired, lose his tie and retake to his study. But tonight there was nothing in the air. You were in the living room, curled up on the sofa with a book when the front door opened. Step in his black suit down from the diesel hair Stanley. Normally you would greet him with a smile. He gave a faint one back, just enough to make your heart. He walked straight to a coffee table, placed a brown envelope on it, and stood there for a long moment. His back to you. You said softly, standing up, "Is something wrong?" He finally turned, and for a second you saw there was something fragile in his eyes, but it was vanished so quickly you wouldn't wonder if you were imagining it. "Sign them," he said, voice coldly. You looked down at the envelope, your finger hesitated before opening it, your stomach dropped, divorce paper, your mouth went dry. This is some kind of joke, right? "It's not," he said, tone steady through his hand were clenched on tightly, his knuckle turned white. You stepped toward him, your voice breaking. "Why did I do something wrong? Did I fail you in some way?" No, his gaze hardened, but you could see something freaking ugly. "This is for the first. This is for the best for you." Tears are in your eyes. "Don't say that. We can fix whatever you just tell me." "There is nothing to fix," he cut in sharply, his voice almost cracking. He took a step back as if distance would help him to step in. "It's over. Sign them." Your heart felt like it was being torn apart. "Please, don't do this. You can't just throw us away like this." He looked away, jaw tightened. "I already have." Silence filled the room, heavy and suffocating. You stare at him, searching for any sign of the man who held you close in quiet hour of late night, the man who whispered your name like it was a dream. But all you saw was coolness, and so with a trembling hand you picked up the pen, and the sound of rain outside drowned you, so you didn't see it the way he turned his head. A fraction of a second, eyes closing, his expression coming before you force it back into place. Because if you had, you might have realized he wasn't letting you go because he stopped loving you. He was letting you because he loved you too much. Your suitcase felt heavier than it should have, not because of the clothes inside, but because every step you took out of the mansion pulled at your heart like an anchor. The butler stood quietly at the door, head low, clearly uncomfortable watching you leave. You gave him a faint smile that didn't reach your eyes. "I will be fine," you whispered more to yourself than him. Outside the car, your father's head sand waited at the curb. The sky was still grey for the night rain, and air smelled like wet earth. You played back home the last time, hoping praying would come out, stop you, say something. But the front door stayed shut. You climbed into the car seat, hugging your back to your chest. As the car pulled away, you looked up the mansion window. Standing somewhere behind those curtains, you imagined him standing there watching. You could almost feel it, but you refused to look again. When you reach your parents' house, your mother was already waiting the doorway. Her eyes scan you from head to toe and her expression hardened. So it's true, she said sharply. He sent you back, you shallowed. Mom, it's not. Not what? He married you and then discovered you like you are nothing. What else it could be? She snapped, stepping aside to let you in. Your father appeared from the living room, newspaper in hand. He didn't yell like your mother did, but he disappointed. His eyes downwards. I told him adding to his wall would only bring you pain. You bite your lips, fighting tear. It wasn't like that. He was enough wine. Your mother cut in. Her voice screamed, we will not speak of him again. You are home now. We will find someone better for you. Someone who knows how to keep a wife. Her words sank into your chest like ice. Time escaped. That evening, while unpacking your old bedroom, you overheard your relative in the living room. They were talking just loud enough for you to hear. I knew from the start. It was too cold for her. Man like him always have someone else on the side. She's better off without him. You press your pillow over your ear, try to drown them out, but later when you stepped to your window to close it, you saw something sick. That car parked across the street heading off. Your breath catched. The solitude of the driver's seat was impossible to mistake. He didn't move, didn't try to call you. He just sat there watching until the whiny engine started. The car disappeared into the night. You closed the curtain, your heart ached even more.